Welcome back to another video and an update. No message from Gotham Chess on challenging us to a game. So we're gonna go into it. We've got the white pieces. We're on a bit of a slump, and actually I feel pretty knackered today. One of the perks of being a new dad again with two small kids. But let's see what we get. I think this will be a bit like altitude training in some regards, that you're trying to see, is this the line? Trying to see what you can do on sleep deprivation, such that when you're not sleep deprived, you'll be much better. So not expecting to be firing on all cylinders, but I think Bishop G5 is a move. I think E4 is probably the move though, isn't it? I think there's a line when we've got both knights on the board that Bishop G5 becomes really strong. So yeah, like I say, pretty tired, but we'll use this as a training aid to see how we can do whilst pretty tired. And we've got this favourable opening, the Van Geet, and it's kind of played out into one of the lines that I know the engine kind of likes. C5, interesting. So we had a game not that long ago where we managed to get the bishop out here and the knight going to one of these squares to put pressure on here. So I think I like something similar like that again. And I think in that game I played my queen out here. And I kind of like that setup because there was none of this ideas because we could sack. So I kind of like doing something similar again. Stopping that D pawn from moving. Giving them a hard time developing. So let's do it again. I can't remember what the analysis showed in that game, whether this was a good idea or not, but let's go for it. I want to stay reasonably up on time, not spend too long, because things go really wrong really quickly. Yeah, so I'll tempt you into playing b5, but I can just take it, and if you want to spend a couple of moves doing this, then that's cool as well. So let's just get the bishop out. I think it's all fine. So b5 we can just take at this point in time. You need to be semi-careful, right? If they were to get enough moves in such that they can play b5 and there's no way I can take it, I'd get forced to be like back here, and then after c4 my queen's in quite a bit of bother. So it might be a mistake putting your queen kind of offside on a4 or move 7, but we'll see. Right, coffee down, so that might combat that equivalent of giving me a couple of hours extra sleep. Let's see what we get. And so yeah, I remember in the previous game we kind of threatened maybe to come in here with a knight and into b5. So knight b5 now is quite a nice threat. And I was like, what do you want to play here if you're black? You can't move this pawn. You move your bishop. Okay, so what's the move? That's my first candidate move. And that's my other one. Knight there and trades is okay. We've got quite an advanced pawn, probably slightly better in that position, but I think this is probably optimal. So they can't take, they'd castle. Their queen's kind of close to getting trapped. So maybe insert bishop there, queen slides over. Knight there. See a trade, but then they can take there at the end. So let's have a look. I think this is what I want to be playing, but after castles, maybe I'll put the knight in straight away. Can they get away with that? Probably not. So they'll probably come up here. Castle long, kind of like that. I kind of like castling long, I think. And the queen's quite short on squares, so let's do it. Do we pull the trigger? Do we want to castle long first? I don't think so. Semi, there's a check there, obviously it doesn't work yet. This pawn might become loose, and obviously the pin will get broken when they castle. So I'm expecting castling. Well, the immediate threat, bishop c7 is winning your queen unless you create a square for it. And the only way you can create a square for it is by moving your d pawn, which is not good, or castling. Right, so castles. So bishop there forces the queen over. It's kind of lined up for a fork, but I'll have to move it back again. So I'm not such a fan of. Knight there straight away, kind of like that. Worried about the d pawn pushing itself in the future, but that's maybe when I castle long to put pressure on with the rook, so I kind of like knight here. So the only thing is what happens after this move. So if I go in with my knight and knight goes out there, I can pick up the rook, drop a bishop. Can I get my knight out effectively? Not yet, but should be able to at some point. Even if I do that, yeah, I think that's fine. And there'll be a bailout option of my knight getting stuck for whatever reason. I can come here and trade the knights. I like the idea of casting long. Downside is that I'm going to get hit with b5 and they get their pawns rumbling pretty well. I'm also looking, does e5 make some sense as a move I want to insert? Does their knight get a bit lost? I think yes and no. So looking at this, e5, their knight can't go back there because they need the square for the queen to come out at some point in the future. So I'm assuming they're going to move their rook, and then we're thinking about our next plan. And so the only real squares are there and there. I think knight h5 is the optimal one, but I can cut both of those squares. Yeah, okay, yeah, nice. So they do go knight h5. Which is a move I was kind of most nervous about. So one option we just go here, but then the pawn comes up. So we take the rook. So we're up the exchange there, but we need to be able to get this knight back safely. I think I've got to take the rook, right? Oh, well, okay, final chance to bail out is to go back here, but I don't think that's right. Let's take the rook. We're taking the rook, and we'll figure out how we're going to get it back in a minute. Yeah, right, so plan number one, g3 with the tempo. Knight goes back here, probably. Is that useful? So in order to win this knight, they're likely playing some combination of like d5 and bishop out. And to retrieve my knight, I probably want to bring it back to this square. So queen here, and knight out I think is my best plan for getting the knight out. And the question is, do I want to insert g3 or e5 to put pressure on the knight, or not. So if I play g3 to kick the knight, it weakens my e4 square. Maybe there, but then bishop comes out with a free-ish tempo, and this will be a pain. Do I need a tempo on the knight? Maybe, maybe not. I think maybe not. So if I just go straight back, how are you stopping my queen from getting out? You're maybe playing d5? No, you're probably playing d6. I'm bringing my knight out. You're bringing your bishop there. I'm bringing my bishop out. And if you trade, I can bring back the knight. But then that pawn hangs in the end of the line with a check, because I'm not castled. So maybe I do insert g3. I don't know. It feels a bit weakening, but I think I want to kick the knight away, because I think I'm going to need this bishop to move, and I don't want to allow knight to take on g2 with a check. So knight comes back. So now here, how do you stop knight from getting there? You play that, don't you? So there. It's not good. Or there, and then on this, drop there, and they get their bishop in before I can push. Maybe we castle long. There. 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 I think that's our best line. What about the, so castle long there, wasn't it? Push. There. B5 coming as a pain. I don't give a lot of time here. I'll go back here first. I think that's the way. I'm going to lose the knight. I don't even know if I'm going to get any pawns for it. There. Comes into that. Gets my queen trapped. There, I think, is my best shot, isn't it? And then maybe this. And get my queen up here. Oh, I'm down to 5 minutes already. Need to get this knight back. Well, okay, right. Worst case, we drop the knight, and we've given up 2 pieces for a rook. What do we do in that scenario? Try and get some active rooks and try and limit their piece play. But this knight's a bit of a beast already, isn't it? I think. Okay, so they go there. So I'm thinking c3 has got to be the move. Their knight moves. C3 knight goes there. A4. A4 immediately. A4 immediately. Bishop there. Takes. We get a couple of pawns. That might be the best case for it. So A4 immediately. They push on. I push, and I've got this square. A4 immediately. They take. I take. Then they go there. I kick the knight. Is that any good? Knight back. I think A4 immediately, or I think A4 immediately, or this back first. A4. Maybe I'm going to castle kingside after all. There's a lot of weakening points in my position. Like this bishop's going to get here, that knight's going to go, and this is going to be on a really strong diagonal. I think this might pick up a couple of pawns, hopefully. Okay, so this allows me to pick up here. Yeah, then you can take back. Then I can kick you and win one there. Or I take there and you take there. I think I'm taking. I've only got 3.5 minutes, so need to play fast, sensible moves. I think I want you to take back with the bishop, so that I'm free to pick up a piece here. If you take with a knight. It's a bit annoying. Like knight takes, bishop there, okay. Bishop there, queen takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. I'm pretty exposed there. Bishop there. think the knight's gone, right? Is there any point in moving it? I think this makes most sense. And castle. Only got 2 minutes. Alright, so the knight goes. Opening's been a failure. But what are you taking with here? Queen takes. Maybe I can come in here. Probably not though. So there. Castle. Can't castle. No. I don't think I can. So if you take, I think I'm castling. Yeah, definitely castling. And then you play there. Maybe not that. Maybe this is quite strong. So I basically just got a double attack now on my bishop as well. Don't like the look of this. Maybe I just take. I think I just take. Yeah. Rook over. F3 seems pretty rubbish. This up restricts the knight, which I kind of like. Rook over I kind of like as well. So I think I like this. Not worried about the knight going here yet. I've still got c3 to kick it out, which I will be playing shortly. I'm worried that this pawn is basically pinned. There's no takes because of this. So maybe bishop d2 was inaccurate. Maybe I should be looking at h3, or maybe I just want to be trading it off, because I suppose even if I slide it out the way and this pawn moves, there'll be like bishop h1. Does that give me no, there, then the knight comes in. So they're going to bring the rook over. I'm probably going to end up playing f3. Yeah, if rook comes over, I don't see anything better than f3. This knight is still pinned, right? So there might be some moments. I'm also down to a minute and a half, so I need to play quicker. So yeah, rook e8, I think I'm playing f3. And then yeah. Right, so these pieces are kind of contained at the moment, but I don't know for how long. I think their strategy should be, yeah, rook e8. Oh, okay, you go that way. You're trying to come through here. Really? I'm quite happy if you go there. Not wholly convinced by that move. I basically just want to line up bishop takes knight with a pin. That's my main tactic of getting a winning position. We've got to line up that threat. It has a secondary purpose of moving the bishop off this diagonal where this pawn is pinned, and now allows me to like push, or even trading might be better. Something like this would be quite good, maybe. Threatening some back rank problems. Yeah, okay, so they just slide their queen out of the way of any of those issues. I think I'll do the same with mine. Or do I push? Do I double up rooks? Don't know if that's smart actually, because rook over, bit of an issue. Maybe I rook lift. Maybe this. I'm a bit worried. Is that where the queen was? No. I'm a bit worried about queen coming here, because whilst the bishop defends the g2 square, it doesn't defend against the queen coming to h1 mate. So maybe if the queen comes back, I do drop the bishop there, because then it's attacking the queen rather than the bishop. Yeah. Not wholly impressed with what I've done here. Do I slide back this way? That just drops a pawn, so that's really well done. Oh, I'll pick up here. But if I pick up there, I lose my light squared bishop. Yeah, that's not a great move. Not a great move at all. Yeah, so that's attacked twice and defended once. That's the problem of being down to 1 minute. You take that with a bishop. Interesting. Interesting. Don't think that's very good, is it? Rook up now seems more viable. Maybe I... try and close off my problems. I want to target this now. Right, up here. How are you defending against that? Not super easily. I think c4's a poor move, unless I'm missing the threat. F3 is not a great move either, is it? To be fair, but I don't see what that move does. This could be an interesting move for them. Okay, fine. There. You going here? And sacking? No, not yet. Like I say, I'm coming here. How are you defending this pawn? You pushing? You could be pushing. Oh, you give some lift. I'm going. So here I can push. Opens up my king a bit. So there. I might get this like big trade. Bishop takes. I'd have check. King would be forced there. I have check and pick up the pawn there. Interesting. I think I win a pawn. Is what those arrows tell me. So push takes. We trade rooks. So queen up here, check. There. Takes. Ah, he takes with check. Ah, he takes with check here. Check there. Takes with mate. That's annoying. Should have had my king here. Balls. King up. Queen back. So maybe I check first. Check first there. Like that. Two pawns being threatened. And I'm playing king g2. If you block with the queen, I'm taking it. Okay, king g2. I might be getting mated if you sack here. I don't have the time to calculate that. Yeah, so there is strong, because if I ever drop back, you've got queen there, check, and pick up the rook, which is interesting. Okay, we don't see that. Take with the rook. Yeah, threatening there. Wow, is that a threat? Threatening you, yeah, a threat. You can't push. Yeah, so queen there, check is my threat. I've also now negated this sacrifice because the queen covers all the infiltration squares. And actually, yeah, queen back, queen straight back. So this rook is loose and a bit offside. We've only got 50 seconds to try and work this out. I feel better than I did 10 moves ago. I kind of like this. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's an issue. Oh, I can take there. Because I don't have that because of this. Any perpetuals? I think it's that, isn't it? I drop a rook to give check. Pick up a bishop. And threaten infiltration. So yeah, I feel better, and then I'm like, apart from this really simple fork. What else does he have? Anything to defend against this? Like knight here? So it's that way. What was I going to play here? What was I going to play here? Queen all the way back. Queen here. Constantly feel like I'm going to blunder something. Maybe d1 was better to protect the rook. Okay, so check. Not. Just like with this. And maybe queen here. No, yeah, maybe there. threatening nothing. Maybe a perpetual. To be honest, I'd probably take a perpetual. I think I'm worse. I think I'm definitely worse. Is that the move? You don't win a queen. Was that the move, my friend? Did you mean to do that? How do you defend this pawn now as well? Was that a blunderino? Come on. I think that was a blunder. I think they missed the fact they see the takes and my queen is hanging, but missed the fact that I can take with my queen. Okay, we're living off increment pretty much. We've been under a minute for a lot of this game. Take there. That there is annoying, but not kind of lethal. Bishop up. Take the pawn. Take the pawn. Okay, into the corner. Rook up. Some combination of like rook up will be quite nice. Do I insert it here? Queen up takes or leave it? I don't. No, I don't. Let's play queen takes. Okay, so we've been down the exchange, now we're up the exchange, but I don't want to play rook there because these are on the same line, right? Oh, the queen there comes back. Yeah, I think that'd end up perpetualing. I think this is my next move. Probably give myself some luft as well, so I don't get back spanked. There, back there is a perpetual, so slide over, any checks. Check there, then I can block, no more checks. Push, check there, push, check there. I wanted to give myself the lift. Queen here, queen there. Yeah, I think this is quite a key concept. Because there's lots of ways they could force a perpetual when you've only got your queen defending you, because you just go on this diagonal back and forth, and I have to go back and forth with my queen. But now that I've played h3, my king's got some luft. Okay. That's annoying. Oh, I can take there. I can take here. He takes a check. Okay, quick, think of the move. Take there. Probably gets mated. There. I don't love this. Oh, I got check up the top. I check up the top whenever I need it. So queen there. I can put queen there. Yeah, so queen there's. Yeah, so queen comes down, my queen goes there. I cover that square as well. That's critical. Or if they come down, I check. King comes up, check. Only move is the pawn and then mate. Yeah, okay. So the queen's now got to stay on this diagonal, or they've got to give themselves some more lift, is my analysis of that. I get this square. Surely you can't trade. I get this square, check, pawn up. When there's a bishop, so the bishop kind of has to be protected as well. You need to go somewhere where you defend your bishop. Or this defends against this square. Do I want to check? Or I can check from that diagonal. I want to get this rook to a better, more active position. King's totally safe. My position's totally safe like this, right? Don't think there's the only way. So check. There for the bishop. And threatening this. Come on. This is good. Threaten the bishop and threaten the queen trade. I don't think you can defend against both threats. You probably go bishop here, I go queen there, we trade, you take the pawn. Actually, I also pick up this one, but I probably do need an a passer. Even if I trade queens, I don't think it's a done deal, but given with my pawns locked on dark squares. So there, queen there. There, you take the pawn. Here, you're forced to trade. You pick up there, but I pick up your pawn and defend my one. Critical. Well, critically lucky how it panned out. Okay, so we've got this outside c pawn. King needs to get here. I want to put both my pawns on light squares. So if I can get in g4, feeling good. g4, move the king over, promote this pawn. The pawn will have to sack itself with the bishop, I think. And then try and win the game. Okay, so we've turned it around. It was that. They gave us a piece, basically, that they shouldn't have done. That's not a good move, is it? Because g4 is exactly what I want to play. Put my pawns on light squares when you've got a dark squared bishop. This one can move up the board, so not so stressed about that one. So close to put my rook on c7. I'm blundering that. Would have been fantastic. So yeah. So this kind of contains the 7th rank for the moment. Not the 7th rank, it contains the 6th rank, so the king's having a hard time coming up. I've now got a clean route over with my king, which I shall take. I think they want to try and trade one of the pawns off, so if they can try and, or two of the pawns off. I think I think they want to try and trade some pawns so that my king is tied down to stopping them. Okay, I think this is an optimal square for my king because it stops the advancement of this. Now I think my focus is on this. Also, I can just got to be careful on dark squares. Don't play rook c7. How sad it would be to end up doing something stupid like that. King up is nice. Forces the bishop there. Don't know if it's really necessary, but maybe I should have left the king there. It was doing a good job of shielding. So now bishop there. I'll probably push the pawn. Or, push the pawn. And maybe if the king comes over, I could sack. Come over and win these pawns. Yeah, I think that's my plan. I think that might be a clean way of doing it. So bishop's got to go here to defend the pawn. I push it. That's all fine. Now if king comes over, check. King goes somewhere. Okay, he's gone for it. So check, moves over. I take the bishop. He takes my rook, I bring the pawn. He comes down here. I'm there, there. Takes somewhere. Pick up. Yep. Clean way of doing it. Get rid of the bishop. Yeah. This should just be the easiest way. Minimal stress. Your king's got to stop my c pawn. I'm going to go pick up these two. And queen either my g or my h pawn. Yeah, I'm picking up both of these. Come on. How do we win this? The engine's not going to be happy with it, but we stuck in it. If you stay around here, I'll push my c pawn. You can't even play this. You're still 2 moves away from touching my pawn. Yeah, you're done. Nice try. Could queen both of them, maybe. Feels a bit unnecessary, doesn't it? You gonna resign? I could get 2 queens. Let's go! Great win. Well, a win. We stopped the slump. Come on. Although if we play that against higher rate opponents, we get punished. So I think we had my analysis to be good out of the opening. Lost our way trying to get our knight back. Was in a worse position. Probably losing. They sacked a piece which will spike it back my way, and then pretty clean endgame from there. So this position we've had quite a reasonable amount of time, plus 0.6, and white wins 57% of these games, so that's why I played this opening. Knight out, so yeah, bishop g5 is the most played move. e4 wins slightly more in practice, so yeah, it's +1, this is good. c5, okay, let's turn on the arrows because otherwise I struggle. Okay, so we've had this kind of concept before, so I can just play back to d3. Queen a4, never really played in the database. 6% of the time. Does alright, but let's see what the engine says. Okay, it says it's okay. But what's the follow-up? The follow-up is e5. Okay. Still like a +2 position. Castle long, really mounting the pressure on. Really likes e5. I presume to just kind of really restrict the ability to play d6. So then, yeah, knight goes out to the rim, that goes back. Probably castle, would you? Oh, yeah, your knight's pretty trapped as well. Can I play that? Okay, you get a counter fork in. So like there. Do I take it? Okay, right, so there's lots of good stuff. So play e5 is the way to go in the future. That gets rid of my advantage. Should not go in, should bail out with a trade. Yeah, so after this, black's in a better position, -1.2. g3 I didn't really think was that great. Now we're at nearly -2. Queen back -3. -2.5. Yeah, I kind of knew I was in quite a bit of trouble here. Laptop decided to have a bit of a fit. Yeah, that drops the pawn, but they didn't take it. So I thought that was a poor move. Okay, only -1.6. Okay, f3. Yeah, okay, because of h5, h4, which I kind of saw. -3. -4. -3. Bang. +3. Okay, yep, fine. So the game has gone as I thought. You can't do that because the queen can take. Now this was difficult living on increment. Wow, it says you can just drop your king back. Don't stress it. Okay, gets rid of that. Check. And that's the only move. I presume queen g2 is a draw. Yeah, because of this idea. I was even thinking, yeah, like this, and you just repeat. So king g1 only move. I like the idea of moving the h pawn to get some luft. It says h4. I thought h3 is fine. Okay, +2. Yeah, I nearly ran out of time. I think I had 1.8 seconds left here. Queen there. And I was thinking this is kind of perfect defensive setup that's pretty impenetrable. Check. There, perfect. Oh, okay, that's nice. Well, I think I prefer it with a trade of these pawns, but okay, so it says play there first, but that's surely good enough. Yeah, +4, it takes. Lovely. Yeah, +5. And I don't think there's anything too special here. Just basic principles: leave your pawns on light squares, get the king somewhere useful, moving up it liked, move the pawn, check. Yeah. Alright, it does say take the bishop. I thought the engine would be like, oh, you can push a pawn and win without having to sacrifice your rook. But no, yeah, take that. Great. Good game. Love it.